Hey, what's up you guys? After Reaction. Today I'm going to be reacting to some more Legacies. This is season 4, episode 16. So we had a couple weeks break, I think, between last episode and this episode. Let's go over the comments. Ooh, we got some nice long ones. Okay, let's go. I was unfortunately spoiled on the reunion by CW's own YouTube channel. Yeah, from what I could tell, apparently, like, lots of people were spoiled about this, about the Michaelsons returning. Thankfully, I was not. But, you know, my editor also, well, you know Tony. He was also, spoiled and was trying his best to keep me unspoiled. So, yay, but sad, you know. It's really frustrating when these things happen. Like, I get that you want to, like, promote it because it's, like, I don't know, something to get people to watch, but also, what about the people that are already watching? Kind of ruins the surprise, I think. But, you know what? It didn't ruin it for me, so whatevs. I can't complain. So Prometheus betrayed everyone to break the curse Zeus placed on him, but the part about him being hunted by monsters had already been neutralized, so is this a Cain from Lucifer situation? I don't understand what you're referencing exactly. I've seen Lucifer, I remember Cain. The whole reason I watched Lucifer was because of Tom Welling, but yeah, I'm confused what you mean by that. The chain had a manacle on each end, so they had to have cuffed one hand, then wrapped the chain around Prometheus and the tree, and then cuffed his other hand using the tension to hold him to, so when he cut his hand off, the chain fell loose. Oh, okay. With the Saya bond, I feel like it was different from what we've seen. She probably bonded to her Saya because she didn't want to be alone after her connection with Josie was lost. And the moment she was invested in Aurora and wanted to help, she could break the bond to Hope. Doesn't matter, it's still pathetic. Like, you can fan explain it away, you can explain it away, it's just still pathetic, because the Saya bond was a big deal before, so, I don't know. There was someone on YouTube that was like, that said, you know, she's the first tribrid, we've never seen a Saya bond with a tribrid. Well, honestly, it just sounds like excuses being made on the writer's behalf. It's still bad writing. I don't know. And I feel like the Switch situation, they were trying to visualize the struggle. She was fighting to keep it off for a few episodes, but eventually succeeded. Now it's probably like the dimmer switch that Damon had in the beginning, but the way they're doing it is probably to visualize it more. To me, it just seems like a rehash of the Josie situation with the Dark Josie. Like, can they come up with original stuff, please? I don't know. It's frustrating. I don't know. Sadly, I was spoiled on the reunion by Claire Holt's Instagram. Ooh, yikes. Although it did make it a little funny to hear during the comments the question of them holding back the budget from last week for something big. I assumed that's what happened when I saw Claire's stories. I guess. I really, like, for everything that the show has done that's frustrated me in the past 2 seasons, I'm really glad that the reason that her humanity came back on was her family. And it was the one thing that I was like, this needs to be the thing that turns it back on, but I know that they're not going to do it. Like, I was so certain that they weren't going to do it. Like, We talked about this several times, and they actually did it, and I love that they did that. The battle between the Hopes reminded me of the battle between Angel and Angelus in Angel Season 4. Yeah, I agree. I was going to say the same thing. I'm not going to lie. In the moment, I was going to say that, but I was like, maybe I'm describing the scene too much, and maybe it's a spoiler if I describe it too much, so... That, yeah, I was thinking the same. Speaking of, I like to call No Humanity hopeless. Hopeless. Also, while Hopeless... We'll go with hopeless. May not have done a lot of horrible things, like, say, No Humanity Stiffen, you have to take into consideration what she has done. She put her father figure in a life or death situation just to send a message. Well, that father figure is alive, so... Okay. Put all her friends through mental anguish over what would happen to Rick. Okay. Disowned her entire family with the threat of killing them if they tried to stop her, but she didn't. Killed an alpha to gain leadership, only to then force them to spill the beans on Aurora's location, knowing that would they would burn to death. Okay. But these are characters that have no significance on the story, really. Killed Lizzie, not knowing that she'd become a heretic. Alright, that's probably the only bad thing that I can really think of that, like, has lasting consequences. Then tried to kill her while she was a heretic, tortured Aurora, then forced Lizzie to help torture her, and killed an innocent man in a demon way. She's done a lot of emotional torture to her loved ones and some random violence. Still not good enough to me. I mean, it's better than what we've had the past couple of seasons with, like, I don't know, them really playing it safe. Yes, she's done some questionable things, but not on the level of, like, the Vampire Diaries or the originals. I don't know. Elijah was the one that compelled all three of them, Aurora, Lucian, and Tristan. Okay. Also, when you say it's Aurora's fault that Cammy is dead, you mean the first death? Yes. You can't blame her for her final death. It's not the girl's fault that she ain't in love with the man, Lucian. Yes, no, so the thing is, I meant her first death, because her first death is what led to her ultimate downfall anyways, so. The Michelsons reunion was so beautiful. I miss my family so much. I love Vincent and Davina mentions. I wish we had gotten a Keelan mention. Also, I wish we would learn more about Nick. I know Vincent was supposed to be the biological father, but is Freya or Keelan the biological mother? If it's Freya, she's just a witch. But if it's Keelan, wouldn't she also be a hybrid? But a different kind of hybrid, yeah. I believe that's what they were implying in their, like, when they talked about it. I don't know. I assume that it'd probably witch and werewolf, maybe. I don't know, but I could be wrong. I noticed that you were looking a little confused when Hope and Marcel were talking about that toy soldier and how she gave it back to him. Yes, I was. That was season 4, episode 7. It was when Marcel was locked up in the basement, maybe, and just in my head, I feel like Marcel and Cole were the only two that Hope wasn't a complete bitch towards. Yeah, and I love that because Klaus's relationship with Marcel and Cole were two of my favorite Klaus relationships. So I'm really glad that just like her father, Hope has a soft spot for the two uncles. Yeah. Now I know if we didn't care about the God storyline, now I don't know if I just didn't care about the God storyline or if I was telling myself we shouldn't trust Ben or Jen. Maybe I am just over meeting new characters when we still don't know anything about the characters that we love and know. Example, how did Caleb become a vampire? Exactly. These are things that we need to know. Like, someone asked on YouTube, they said they dropped the show in like season 2 and they're like, do we know anything about the characters' backstories? Not really, no. But I mean, we got to know about the gods. Cool. Do you know what's really just pissing me off? The fact that we're calling them Ben, Ken, and Jen. I'm gonna bitch about it till the sun rises. Why? Just call them by their names. It's so infuriating. But I knew one of them couldn't be trusted. My money was on Jen. I thought all of her dude talk was some type of cover. I completely understand Ben wanting to break his curse and him attacking Aurora. She had done nothing but beat up the man since they met. Yeah, true. But my question is, would he have done that to anyone else in her place? Would he attack Jed? He never thought about cutting the key out of himself. I believe that he didn't cut the key out of... I don't think he knew he had the key in him. And why not having a witch to do the locator spell to find Jen's whereabouts? Magic, I think. The magic doesn't work on them. I understand that they were setting up Ben and Jed, but everything that happened just felt like they could have been done, but it didn't. I'm sorry, you lost me there. I don't like the two Hope thing. I feel like it's making it into two different people and taking away her consequences. Yep, absolutely. They're basically saying that Hope isn't responsible for anything that no Humanity Hope did, and I don't like that. Neither. That's not the way that they've done Humanity in the past. The Humanity Switch. Ben never cut the key out because he didn't know that it was there, and I completely agree on the Hope thing. It also feels like they're just rehashing the Dark Josie stuff. Yeah, absolutely. It feels like they're in love with this whole, like... It feels like they're in love with this doppelganger situation, having one be good and one be bad, and they're just not able to let that go. You know? Alright, let's see. Let's see if all of my efforts in keeping you safe from spoilers were successful. I got spoiled by the appearance of the Michelson family because of a post on Instagram a couple weeks ago. It is what it is though, like I always say, better me than you. And if it helps keep you safe, then it's worth it. Thank you. Yep, I can see that you saw the article on Screen Rant. They're treating these gods like they're shockingly new, but we've seen gods before. Cupid was a lesser god. We had the spider monster in season 1, I think, and she was not a god herself but a cursed by one. They also met a Gorgon, aka Medusa, and the article mentions something else. The students have been hanging out with the god for quite some time before Ben showed up. A certain muse by the name Cleo. In Greek mythology, muses were a group of sister goddesses. The writers need to brush up on their own lore and learn some mythology in the process. Exactly. Especially since the mythology is so interesting. So interesting. Exactly. That chess game made zero sense, which, by the way, someone on YouTube was like, it's not chess, it's D&D. I don't care. Dude, I don't care. It's fucking shit. Why was there an episode about that? It's external factors that this game would not be able to account for unless it was much more powerful than we were led to believe. And look, I'd like to give Wesley credit for being able to pull off a lot of cool shit, but this ain't our Wesley. No way this guy could make a device that could predict everything. Well, I mean, it clearly didn't predict everything because it thinks that fucking, like, the Lizzie, like, it doesn't take into account that Lizzie has that fucking Bond thing going on. Like, it doesn't know that, so it can't predict for everything. Crappy timing for your headset to start fucking up. You were forced to pause on a shot of seeing a Rousseau's bar sign that gave away some expectation. Yeah. I find it kind of funny, kind of weird that they're having Klaus's funeral now. Has it not been 4 years or something since he died? Did it take him 4 years to find the ashes and separate them from Elijah's ashes? Because I guess then it'd be believable added a minute later. Holy fucking shit, that's actually what happened. It took them that long because the ashes flew away. Added during the edit. Okay, 3 years. I'm imagining in my head, it looks absolutely ridiculous. How pissed would you be if there was actually a spell that could have gathered those ashes in like a split second? Accio Ashes! Aww, Harry Potter reference. I suppose it's a good thing they're mortal and got nothing better to do than not visit their troubled niece. Right, so at the first mention of Kronos getting woken up, Ben is like, Jed who? Yeah, we've got some epic love going on here. Sarcasm. Yikes, they did not do a good job on the de-aging Rick. His young face looks janky as fuck. Well, I mean, it's not Disney Plus budget, so... I gotta say, like, they made an attempt. I am so not interested in this Cleo side story right now, nor am I interested in the Lizzie side story. And Lizzie's my girl. Added after, yeah, I wanted more Michelson stuff. I think the problem is that last episode was just too cluttered. They could have included that Cleo stuff in this episode. I don't know. The pacing, I don't know what the pacing is for the rest of the show, obviously, because it hasn't come out yet. But, like, I think it was a bit... Last episode was just too cluttered. It was too much. There was 4 different stories. And we didn't even, like, we had, like, this off-screen vote of who was going to join them in the battle, and then MG's like, oh, they all voted to stay. Like, it was just too cluttered. Always and forever. You, I'm not crying, you are. Yep, the combination of that scene and seeing you get emotional is killing me, Fruits. Yeah, I'm also a bit unclear on how cutting off your hand would get you out of those chains. I legit cannot come up with a solution. TV show got a TV show, I guess. So I made a prediction a bunch of episodes ago, way before I got spoiled. I got 3 out of 4. I predicted that Rebecca, Freya, Cole, and Jeremy... What Jeremy? Why would Jeremy be helpful? To show up at some point to bring Hope back. Obviously, I was wrong on the Jeremy part, but again, 3 out of 4, not bad. Admittedly, though, last week's note on them skipping on the special effects because they probably needed the budget for something special was me being cheeky. Naughty. Oh man, Rick with a beard looked kind of cool. Yeah, he looks odd without a beard. I'm not gonna lie, beards are nice. Wait, what? What? Is Hope now back to normal, or I'm so confused. So she's got her humanity back, and now evil Hope is haunting her, but like, why? Reasons. Let's get into the episode.
Well, tow truck's on the way. Guess that's what I get for thinking this lemon could make it to Atlanta and back without breaking down on us. Hey, you with me?
Sorry, I'm just trying to record what I saw in my vision before it slips away.
Mind if I take a look?
You will not like what you see.
Kind of weird, because it's been established that, like, witches are psychics, so they would have, like, flashes of the future regardless,
You are
wouldn't they?
so talented. Still life, huh?
I don't know what it means.
Well, there's no sign of any apocalypse happening today, so I think we have a little bit of time to figure that out.
Also, this show has not been renewed yet. I'm interested to see how they're gonna wrap it up if that's the case.
You're finally up? I know we're supposed to be starving you out and all, but I know what that hunger feels like. And in my experience, it only makes things worse. Oh.
I'm so sorry, MG.
All that matters is that you're here, because we sure need you.
How can you even think that after everything that I've said? The things I've done? What I did to Lizzie?
Lizzie also came back, and she's done some things, too.
What kind of things?
She's been avoiding everyone, but from what I can gather, she may have helped Ben raise his father. I'll grab the keys and get you out of there.
No, you can't. If you let me out, you're gonna be letting her out, too.
Who?
My dark side. You see, I'm in control of my body, but not my mind. I think She's still here somewhere, so you can't let me out until I know that she's gone for good.
I don't like this.
How do we get rid of her?
That's what I have to figure out.
I'll grab you a few more of these.
Oh, and more clothes. Something a little less.
Terminator Hope.
So close. Did you really think disappearing for a bit would make me believe you were gone for good? It was worth a shot. I'm not worried. It's only a matter of time before I walk out of here.
You can't hide in there forever.
Belgian waffles. Dirty trick.
Well, I'm gonna have to face the world at some point. But you won't have to do
There's
it on
some
an empty
good-looking waffles, I'm not gonna lie.
Or I could just eat them under here.
Lack of communication is half the reason we're in this mess, so sorry, that is no longer an option.
He just shaved and he's already got stubble.
Well, I did some thinking while I was in limbo.
You were in limbo?
See? Lack of communication.
I heard you were looking for me.
That's his mum. I recognize the voice. I instantly recognize the voice.
My name is Sayla. This is my operation.
I know we've just met, Jen, but does this look like your father's handiwork to you?
Lightning,
Yeah,
fire,
probably.
death, destruction. Yeah, it's where'd you get this?
I drew it from a vision I had.
Well, then I guess my stupid half-brother really did wake that bastard up.
Hey, we don't know if Ben's involved.
We do know.
Sure.
What we do know is
We
that
do
Cleo's
know.
drawing is the second piece of evidence pointing to
Jed.
Ben's arrival.
You back to being stupid again.
We have to assume the worst. We need a plan to protect the school and the town.
Except you can't. She's obviously an oracle. Duh. Okay, oracles don't see what might happen. They see what will happen.
So I can see the future, but I can't change it.
Sorry, dude.
We still have to try. Get everyone to safety before the attacks start. You and Finch, go evacuate the school.
What about Ben?
One crisis at a time, okay, Jed? Ethan, go find MG. Help him clear the town.
Jeez, Finch
I'll
has
go with him.
been gone for ages.
Wait,
And
no.
we've gotten fucking Ethan? Ugh. Ugh.
At first I thought I made it back to the real world. But then the sun never came up and I figured it out.
Does this mean that
That was when
Malivore
you
would be
decided
here?
to become a professional thief?
Oh god.
I'm
Why
not
did I
judging
put
you,
that
I'm just
into
trying
the
to
universe?
Understand. How long have you known I was here?
I've known for a while.
When the opportunity to meet me popped up, you had to have us kidnapped.
Sorry about the bag over your head. But I thought if we could work together, it seemed like a good way to get to know you a little. Even though I assumed you wouldn't remember me. I didn't realize your memories had returned after I jumped into the Malivore pit and wiped them all away.
My friend Josie found this spell, brought it all back.
It was supposed to be the perfect goodbye. You wouldn't remember to feel sad. Your mother had left you, but I couldn't even protect you from that. And what's worse, you're a good person. You deserve peace. I'm afraid if you're stuck here, it has something to do with me.
I don't think it does. No offense. I don't feel stuck here. You want to see where I work? Come on.
This is weird. This whole limbo stuff is still just really weird.
Cleo, what are you doing?
Failing. I thought I could force my new powers to happen, but it would appear it does not work that way.
Maybe I can help with that. I've become a bit of a mythology buff since I'm into a mythological guy that's, buff. In myths,
Also
oracle
betrayed you,
powers were
so.
always used in response to a question or a problem that someone had. So maybe if I ask you about someone in particular, that'll trigger it.
You're worried about Ben.
I mean, the idea of him betraying us just doesn't make sense. Since the moment he got here, all he's done is protect us. I thought maybe you could tell me what his role in all this is.
It's natural to be concerned about the people we care about. Maybe part of my block is I can't stop worrying about kids.
Oh, we quite literally did exactly what he said he would do. That is a really fucking quick picture.
It's not gonna work.
I
If
don't
there
know
were
who
a
that
spell
was
to get rid of a magical
dead, though.
alter ego, I mean, I would have done it when you were the invisible annoying one. Yeah, speaking of annoying, I thought you weren't talking to me. No, I said I didn't have to do anything to win.
Perfect,
so far, I haven't. I mean, the world's in crisis, and you have managed to push away the only person willing to talk to you, without me even having to lift a finger. And you did it because deep down you know it's coming. You saw the simulations. Even if you meet the gods, you can't save your friends. Some of them are gonna die. And if you make one tiny mistake, they're all gonna die. Just like Landon. Just like every other person that you've lost. Or you cannot feel any of that. Just let me out. I'll make it all go away.
You were right. I was worrying about myself when you have a way bigger problem. I might know how to help.
Cops are blocking off every road so that no one can get in.
That means the town's empty and everybody's safe. What's wrong?
I don't know, man. It's got a weird
Kind of hard to
feeling.
believe that you
I've
would
never
tell, like,
heard
I
of this
don't know,
choir before. You'd
Elena
think an
and,
apocalypse would be a little noisier.
and Damon to
Maybe
leave,
that's a good sign.
and they wouldn't
We
be
gotta
interested
buy
in
old
helping.
time. Get her mind right and kick ass. One more sweep here, and then we'll head back to the school to see how we can help.
All right. Cleo had a vision. The whole town was in flames.
And that explains why you're ahead of schedule.
Your dad's not gonna set the fire. You are.
I'm trying to save as many of you as I can. My father is heading to the school, and I knew that you would try to stop him, and you would lose. So I needed a way to keep your squad occupied until he got what he wanted.
You know, you could have just warned us.
Would you have believed me if I had?
Maybe.
Do you believe me now?
Doesn't matter.
No.
Just like you said,
I get it.
we're one step ahead of you. Town's empty, so go ahead. Burn it all down.
No, don't.
We'll just build it back up again. In the meantime, I'm gonna head back to the school since there's no one here that needs saving.
It's not entirely true, is it?
Is that another threat?
I'm sorry, Caleb. I just don't see any other way.
Why did you mess with me?
I used to be a raging bitch to you, but it wasn't because I hated you. It was because I idolized you. You were cool and smart and mysterious, and I was always saying the wrong things and having these outbursts. Part of me thought you would never want to be friends with someone like me, so I pushed you away because that's what we do.
Really?
We're
I thought it
afraid.
was because of the fire.
We protect
That
ourselves.
she said.
We build defenses. Like
That she said. But it
how
was
your
Josie.
humanity switched off when you killed Landon to protect you. So you just need to find out what she's protecting you from now.
You've got to be kidding. That's not going to get rid of me. Then why does it seem like you don't want me to do it? Show me the spell.
Where's Caleb?
Alright, right on cue.
I'm not gonna stop. So you should go back, get the entire squad, bring them all here to face me.
Don't do that, you dumbass.
Get them out of here. I'll handle him.
Hopefully you'll feel better maybe when you find a jacket or something.
He's a therapist.
Look at that.
Ziad will turn green when he finds out his top earner has gone into business for himself.
I'm not looking forward to that conversation. I'm technically in breach of contract, but helping people is more important, right? Most people want to get to peace, they just need help figuring out how. I'd rather the coins go to a more worthy cause.
That's sweet.
Thank you. But it won't be enough. I tried to cross over several times. No matter how many coins I offer the ferryman, somehow it's never enough.
Because you're stealing from
No
other people.
surprise there, given the life I lived.
Or you just
You're
haven't
creating
got an
more and
actual
more
client
debt.
of your own yet. I think I have time for one more client.
Is it supposed to do that?
I'm not sure, but we'll just speed around through this next part. You'll have to picture your fear transforming into something beautiful. Repeat after me.
Ridiculous!
Caspori mutatis dimitis.
Caspori mutatis dimitis.
Goes,
Caspori mutatis
mutate, diminished. That's what I
It's
heard.
gorgeous. Now we just have to watch in silence as it slowly fades.
Incendia. Just in case.
Okay, that was something.
That wasn't me.
I know you know who I am. You're right to be afraid of me. I have no interest in you other than what I came for.
Well, Hope is Oda
My
Boone.
traitorous daughter!
Hope is Oda Boone though.
hand her over to me. And if not, we're all going to die. We're all going to die.
We're not doing this, right? We're not giving him Jed.
Of course not. Send her to the werewolf bunker till we come up with a plan.
We're not exactly in fighting shape. Jed is holding off Ben. Caleb's still healing, and to be honest, that last jump really took a lot out of him.
We need hope.
And hope.
So pathetic.
I know.
We don't have time.
Actually, your timing's perfect. Sorry, I'm a little rusty at big hero entrances.
You're doing great, sweetie.
Hope?
I'm back. And I know what to do.
Someone isn't accompanying me?
How'd you find me?
I started having more visions. I saw Caleb dying, but I had to send Jed to help him because the visions just kept coming and I couldn't stop them. Then I saw you running away. And when you ran, we all died.
Let me guess. You're here to convince me to come back so that you can all hand me over to my dad.
We would never do that.
Yeah, live for a few thousand years. There's nothing people won't do to save their own skin.
Well, I have lived long enough to know that you're wrong about them. When I first came to the school, Malibu was sending monsters after me. They could have sent me away to save themselves. They didn't. Even after I betrayed their trust. They rescued me from darkness and welcomed me into their family. Please, stay.
I'm sorry, dude. But if you saw me leaving, that's what's gonna happen.
Except, I
Not
already
if you
changed the
choose.
future once today.
What are you talking about?
Jed saved Caleb's life. The vision did not come true.
Yeah.
You were wrong. I can't change it.
I didn't mean that you couldn't. I meant that you shouldn't. Because when you change the future, you might not be an oracle anymore. You become something else.
What do you...
Maybe you should have clarified that earlier.
Did I miss something? Like maybe why you knocked them all out?
Actually, I rendered the entire school unconscious with a sleep spell. You were right about what you said about my dark side. I was holding on to her. It's because I was scared of losing all of you. From the moment that I became immortal, part of me knew that I was going to outlive everyone that I loved. And I guess it triggered some stuff about my parents. I didn't want to feel that pain again. And I know I'm going to have to eventually, but today doesn't have to be that day. Today, I'm going to keep everyone alive. And figure out the rest later.
Landon, I have no illusions whether or not I was a good person or a good mother.
You were doing the best you could in the worst situation.
No, I ran. I told myself that I was protecting you, but I was protecting myself just as much. I was never a good fit for motherhood, but I was a mother all the same. I'm not going to peace because I don't believe I deserve it. So it doesn't matter what I say. I'm not getting a coin.
Not with that attitude.
Instead of rehashing the past, let's make new memories. Let's get some ice cream or something.
Yeah, I'd like that. I just have to say something first. You don't have to respond. You can just listen. I'm not going to say I forgive you because I'm not the person you need it from. The other reason I'm not going to say it is because I'm not mad at you. I've had to make unthinkable sacrifices. I get it now. You were loving me in the only way you could. You were protecting me.
And if you're not ready to go to peace, I can respect that. I'll enjoy spending time with you.
But I want you to know that I'm good. Really, I'm happy. I've known incredible love and friendship and adventure my whole life, and no matter what, you have not damaged me.
Oh, this is very sweet, actually.
So ice cream, sounds great. Let's do that.
That was actually really sweet.
You're not my daughter.
I'm Klaus Michelson's daughter.
Is that name supposed to mean something to me?
Not yet, but it will. My father stood for family above everything. This school is my family, so if you want to hurt them, you're gonna have to go through me.
He sent a little girl to challenge a
A
god?
little girl.
I'm almost insulted.
Maybe you'll feel better once you see what I can do.
Magic doesn't affect gods, remember?
Magic doesn't work on a god.
No, but it can be very distracting.
Be careful what you wish for, child. It took me a lifetime to control all of my power.
just metal, it's fine.
Why won't you die?
It's kind of my thing.
Nothing is unkillable. Even you will prove a disappointing adversary.
Stop! If you're looking for someone to be disappointed in, I'm right here. Leave them alone. I'll go with you.
My darling.
He still owes the person that killed Malivore a boon, which is Hope.
I've missed you.
I like that she got beat. I'm gonna say, like that. It's good. It's good when the hero gets their ass handed to them.
Sweetie, you scared the hell out of me.
The school's still standing. That's something. What about Hope?
Why
She's
isn't she
even
just
worse off
healed?
than you were. She's resting, like you should be.
How can I? And this is my fault. And when I spent all day
You're not
hiding
human.
from that instead of owning it. I'm sorry, Dad. To you and everyone else, and I'm gonna find a way to make it up to all of you.
As somebody who's made their fair share of mistakes, I think the trick to atonement is to ask the people that you've wronged how to earn it instead of deciding for them. I'm glad you're back, Elizabeth.
You sure about this?
Not really. But as you pointed out, we get the coins only when we're ready. I thought what I was missing was absolution. Turns out what I needed was to know that it was safe to let go, that you'd be okay. I couldn't leave without that.
You're a good mom.
Better late than never.
Actually kind of liked the limbo stuff this episode.
I've never not been proud that you're my son.
It was sweet that he finally got to meet her properly.
Hey, I just want to let you know, you kicked ass earlier. We were all counting on Hope to save the day, but I wouldn't be here if it weren't for you. All right, man. I'll talk to you later. Ethan! What's happening?
You're dying finally? I hope so.
Perhaps I do not do enough. What if I've only delayed the inevitable?
I'm still alive. Hope, the whole squad, we're all still here. So I'd say you changed a hell of a lot. Today, I was scared too. I'm just better at hiding it than you are. Oracles can't see everything.
I guess somebody
That's an
dies
oracle.
in his place.
Jen said changing the future I saw in my visions meant that I'm becoming something else.
Like what?
I don't know. I think the only answer we really need at the moment is why Hope
She's
hasn't
gone
woken
through
up yet.
many different changes already in the show.
Hope?
Huh? I don't get it. I don't get it. I'm confused. Alrighty, well that was Legacies Season 4, Episode 16. I really kind of liked what they did with Landon and Sailor in this episode. I still think the idea of Limbo was weird. Because we've had the other side, we had hell, like, we had all these different things, but, like, we destroyed them, so, like, technically they should pass on. But I liked what they did. I thought it was very sweet. Yeah, I don't have much else to say, to be honest. You guys can let me know what you guys thought, and I'll see you in the next one.